welcome Jim Murphy, everybody. Jim Murphy. Okay, do what you will.
Thank you, Robin. That's Robin with one B. Randy? Guaranteed I will not have to take this class next year. You won't let me in. Thank you for the very nice welcome. My wife and I have been together now for 35 wonderful, loving years. Absolutely stunning relationship. In all those years, there is one word that has dominated, maybe even defined our relationship. And that word is, what? It's not like we have any hearing problems, it's just there's no distance in our house too great to keep either of us from starting a conversation. The other day, I'm in the living room, she's up in the office. Honey, I'm going to Ingles, you need anything? What? Ingles? Well, there should be some in my purse, but why do you need singles? I'm going to Ingles. Oh, good. We need some non-fat milk, 2 tubs of yogurt, and a couple of onions. What?
Good.
She's sitting in the bedroom, I'm over in the kitchen, and she's talking away. Blue streak. I don't understand a word she's saying. What? I was talking to the cat. What did the cat have to say? What? My wife is here tonight. I don't want to embarrass her by pointing her out, but she should be easy to spot. She's the one sitting like this. Also, I have some friends here tonight from the St. Vincent de Paul Society. I volunteer for St. Vincent de Paul. All right, thank you. St. Vincent thanks you. Well, I remember the first time I went to a meeting, I was late a little bit, which par for the course for me. When I got there, they had already started the prayer. Everybody's sitting down in this little meeting room, and I'm standing with no chairs available, trying to blend into the woodwork. Finally, the prayer is over. They pray a lot. The prayer is over, and the leader of the group looks at me, and I guess he's trying to figure out if I'm in the right room. He says, St. Vincent de Paul? And I said, no, Jim Murphy. But I understand the confusion. Thank you, Randy. We went on vacation a couple of weeks ago, New England. Get off the plane, go to the rent-a-car counter, and everything is going smoothly. And they assigned us to a fire engine red Jeep Wrangler, which more appropriately would be called a Jeep tank. First of all, you need a ladder to get into the thing. And once you're in it, the ride is so tight that we were driving along and I was saying, honey, look at the nice fall color. It's just amazing. The springs are just so hard. So the machine is really a young man's ballsy car. It runs on gasoline and testosterone. And you have to go in every 5,000 miles for maintenance and every 20,000 for a kidney transplant. Had a good vacation, though. I got to wear some of my fall clothing, tweed jackets, a couple of sweaters and things. I'm a bit of a clothes horse. And thanks to my wife and my daughter, I never have to shop for clothing. Christmas, 2002. Pants. Birthday, 2004 or 5. Shirt, Father's Day, 4 years ago. Yeah, I keep my clothes a long time. Matter of fact, this is true. I have a shirt that is so old, the little tag in the back says made in USA. Got a lot of interest from the Smithsonian. My wife and I have a dog named Shadow, black dog named Shadow. About 4 years ago, we went to one of those adopt-a-thons, looking for a little 20, 25-pound dog. Found one sitting in a cage, cute little guy. Took him for a little walk, and everything was going well. Affectionate, seemed pretty smart. Took him home. So we get him home, and it didn't take long before we realized we had made one big mistake. Forgot to ask a very important question. How old is he? Before long, our little 25-pound dog became a 75-pound fur factory. And the dog sleeps in our bed when we're in it. And he snores. And he has nightmares. 2 in the morning, suddenly the bed is shaking. His legs are flailing, his body is shaking, and he is making the worst vocabulary full of god-awful noises I've ever heard. Shadow, Shadow, wake up, it's okay, it's only a dream. The dog snaps to attention, looks at us with this withering look, like, how dare you, and jumps down on the floor. Which would be fine, except about 10 minutes later, as we're falling back asleep, he's at the foot of the bed whimpering to get back in bed. And nothing will do, but he has to be between us. Well, Shadow, get in bed. Sits at the foot of the bed and looks out the window to the dark. And you can just see him thinking, I can't see a word you're saying. So we move over, he gets back in, we get back to sleep. But man, I'll tell you, this dog sheds more than any dog we've ever had. I mean, he's a fur factory. I can prove it. I can prove it. See this jacket? This is my tan camel hair blazer. I've been getting a lot of signals lately that my maturity is advancing. It's the best euphemism I could find. One of the signals is of my own making. I could call it geographic, as in, where am I? How did I get here? I walk into the kitchen. I look around thinking, now why did I come in here? Must be for a glass of wine. Case closed. Walk into the bathroom. Why did I come in here? Now, if you get the answer wrong on this one, it could be a problem. But I decide, must be for a glass of wine. In my life, all roads lead to wine. And the other one is, I don't know if this has happened to any of you, but God, you meet somebody you haven't seen in 5 or 6 months, and you get, how are you? Oh, come on, as if they were writing it, it would be in italics. So, I'm fine. I feel like saying, I died 3 weeks ago, this is a hologram, but I tell them I'm fine. I don't tell them about my cataract surgery. Yes, another gift of maturity. So I had to have cataract surgery. Went in for the pre-surgery conference. And, you know, they do both eyes. And the doctor, God, I amuse myself. The doctor was telling me all the details, and finally gets around to the cost. He told me the cost. Whoa, wait a minute. You do both eyes, right? He said, yeah. I said, do you offer a BOGO? Buy one, get one? Huh? He didn't think that was any funnier than you did. So I go through the cataract surgery, come out the other end. Following morning, I wake up, go into the bathroom, look in the mirror, and go, oh my God. Overnight, I've aged 30 years. Give me back my cataracts. Oh man, clear vision is an ugly picture. I also have lousy skin. I spend a lot of time with a dermatologist. My name is James Joseph Michael Murphy, very Irish, and that qualifies me to tell you, Irish skin should be recalled. Design flaw. I go out in the sun for a little while. I come back in the next day, I look like a connect the dots game. Kids with measles look better than I do. My wife is a sweet. She's blonde. We go out in the sun together. She gets tan. I get cancer. So I'm in the dermatologist's office, and she's poking around on my head, and she says to her assistant, "I think we should do a biopsy." I said, "What?" I thought she had said autopsy. My wife told me that I'd live longer if I exercised. So 3 days a week, I go to the gym. Thank you. I think that's funny too. 3 days a week, I spend about an hour in the gym faking it. I hate to exercise. I even look for a t-shirt with pre-printed sweat stains. I don't know why they don't make them. It'd be great. Little logo of a couch on the chest. It'd be perfect. So there I am, sitting in the stationary bike, pedaling away, checking out all the hot chicks, the young ones, 60, 65. But there was one really young one, and she was wearing a pair of these new yoga pants. My word, those are tight. They were blue. And if people were blue, she'd have been naked. It was that bad. But I'm really a spiritual guy. I love you too. I'm really a spiritual guy. I spent 10 minutes on the bike, checking out the scenery, and then 10 minutes thinking theological thoughts. I happen to believe that God exists in everything God created. And everything God created exists in God. So there I am, pedaling away, grooving on this. I am in you, you're in me, I'm in you, and I had a thought that shook my faith right down in my spine, right there in the gym. If I'm in you, and you're in me, how come I'm doing all the pedaling? And God answered me. Right there in the gym, God spoke to me. God said, "What?"
Jim Murphy. Jim Murphy, everybody.